All right, fresh off work, got my cig, glass of wine this time, no mixed drink, vodka. So let's get straight into the content. All right, so I don't really watch The Breakfast Club no more. Like, that shit kind of trash to me, right? It didn't really become, like, once Joe Biden was running for president and just how, like, Charlamagne, I don't know. I don't take Charlamagne that serious like a lot of people do. Like, I don't look at him like this political correspondent. I don't look at him like this voice for black people or black men. So I don't pay the nigga no mind like that. And I don't really watch The Breakfast Club. Like, this shit kind of lame. I fuck with the Joe Buddens podcast. I fuck with other content creators like Elevation. He covers the Joe Budden podcast. He dissects it. Danny from the Stop. And I fuck with other podcasts too, but I'm gonna shout out the independent people that follow like Joe Buttons, because I listen to their content and I fuck with them because they like independent people, like regular niggas with regular jobs, but they cover Joe Buttons content, right? So I come across this clip of The Breakfast Club, right? I don't even click on it, right? You know why I don't click on it? It's Tomi Lahren. Now, if y'all not familiar with Tomi Lahren, she's like a conservative right-wing person, white woman, on The Breakfast Club, right? So I'm like, why the fuck is she on The Breakfast Club, right? And see, this is my issue. All right, so like, when you're a regular worker like me, you consume a lot of content. I consume hella content, right? I want y'all to know, like, do I consider myself Democrat? Yes. Did I vote Democrat last election? No. Did I vote for Trump either? No. Because a lot of people will tell you like, oh, if you don't vote, you're a part of the problem and you don't get an opportunity to complain. No, I seen two candidates that was unfit. And at the end of the day, every election comes around, they do fight for voters that didn't vote. You know why? Because our vote matters. When people become frustrated and they don't feel comfortable, first of all, I'm not going to get too political, but that shit was more Team Trump, Team Kamala Harris than making the country better. And if you're looking at the shit, like, I ain't getting political, Trump doing a shit-ass job, bro. But I ain't gonna say Kamala would have did a better job. So, you know what I mean? It is a huge demographic of black men especially that didn't vote, right? So you get these people that try to vote, that try to speak to like the quote unquote urban people or black men or like liberal men or people on the fence, right? So you get dudes like Charlamagne the God. Yo, a nigga like Charlamagne the God could never speak for me or most niggas I know and most niggas, bro. You gotta always remember, most of these people that got a voice, especially black men, they don't speak for most black men. Because most black men like me, well, not me because I'm doing a YouTube drone, but like we put our head down and we just do what we got to get done. You know what I'm saying? So they got this, so in The Breakfast Club, they got this racy, conservative, right-wing Tomi Lahren. And it's just like, I touched on it in another video, but my videos don't get a lot of views, so I'll just sum it up real quick. Why do we even, like, why do black platforms feel like they even have to have, like, give certain light to shit that we shouldn't give light to? Yo, a person like Tomi Lahren don't give a fuck about the black community. She don't give a fuck about black problems. Why do you even have a person? Now, let's say I did not watch the interview. I'm not watching the interview with Tomi Lahren because I watched enough Tomi Lahren shit before this Breakfast Club shit to know how toxic she is. How she has said derogatory things to black people, black culture, and everything. And if you think black culture is just hip hop, rapping, sports and shit, like, black culture is it's diverse within a small minority. Like, black culture is a lot of things. A lot of the toxic shit gets labeled black culture. That is not fucking black culture, right? So it's just like, I'm looking at The Breakfast Club like, why are you even platforming somebody that don't share no ideologies like with the black community, black men, or nothing like that? And it's like, Charlamagne is doing this thing that I don't believe in, right? In America, we got the right freedom of speech, right? All right, cool. Freedom of ideas, whatever. Yo, once you say certain shit, I'm not fucking with you. You could say what you want, but I'm keeping you away. Yo, Tomi Lahren has said enough in her career. Why would The Breakfast Club platform her? It makes no sense. It's the same thing. I'm trying to think of this bull because this wine is on a nigga's ass right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know what it is. In my family, These niggas would take a bottle and put some random shit in it. I don't know if I'm fucking drinking Telesport right now or some nice shit, right? But like, even like, it goes towards like Marc Lamont Hill. Marc Lamont Hill, let's say like, all right, so we get past the Pierce Morgan shit, right? Where he's on there with a panel like, why are you on there with Myron Gaines? All right, but we passed that, right? He said he learned his, Marc Lamont Hill said he learned his lesson, right? Then I see Marc Lamont Hill on Pierce Morgan with fucking Steven Crowder. If you're not familiar with Steven Crowder is right-wing conservative white dude, right? With crazy racist ideology. He promotes like white replacement theory. If you're not familiar with white replacement theory, they feel like not just like bringing in immigrants to like uplift the Democrat vote. They feel like, yo, white people got to stick to white people because, you know, like a lot of interracial dating, it kind of wash out the white genetics, right? Me, I love being black, but I'm like for people that are for people. Not none of this extra all lives matter shit, because that was some shit that they tried to flip. But like, I'm for people. So it's just like, you debating with Steven Crowder, a dude that is you could take my word for it, or you could do your research on Steven Crowder. Steven Crowder is racist as fuck. So why doesn't Marc Lamont Hill know, yo, I shouldn't be on no platform? It's nothing like, I don't like, a lot of this shit now in modern society is fucking cap. And I've been around, and I'm a dork, big internet, big gamer, anime, all that shit. I've been on the internet for a long time. Some of this shit has a voice, and it doesn't, like, some of these people, especially like Marc Lamont Hill, when you get to the like intelligent dudes, or Charlamagne, a dude that thinks he's intelligent, it's just like, oh, you gotta argue bad ideas with good ones. I even heard Joe Rogan said that. No, you don't. No, you don't have to argue them. You just put that person in that box, and if that person is ever physically threatening, you know how to handle them. Everything doesn't deserve to be debated and argued. This shit is fucking annoying. Like, Marc Lamont Hill should never be on no platform with no fucking Steven Crowder. Racist as fuck, bro, right? And a lot of people don't understand, black people never give a fuck if a person is racist. We don't give a fuck if you're racist, if you use nigger all the time. We only care because when you racist to us, we want to do physical shit, and we know that they're going to put us under the jail, or you going to call the cops, shit like that. If it was like, so in Seattle, Washington, some of y'all might not be familiar, they got mutual combat laws. Two people could agree to fight, a cop will come. Once a nigga get dropped, the fight's over, right? You know how many people would be less racist if we had mutual combat laws, where if some of these racist ideology and racist ideals they had to stand on it, and a black person or a person of any ethnicity could challenge them to a mutual combat? You know how many less, like, it'd be hella less racist people, right? And it's just like, I did read some of the comments of the Breakfast Club interview with Tommy Lauren, and it was like, yo, why is she here? And it's just like, I don't know why black people, yo, in America, and I'm not one of them black people that say, yo, in America, we so bad. Like, we got it so bad. But like, in America, black people already a small minority. Yo, we don't got time to be debating ideas. You either with us or not. And this ain't no physical threatening shit, but you either with us or not. And then we put you in a category. Not no divisive with us or not, where you got people like fucking Ryan Clark or Dr. Umar who separate us. Oh, you with a white woman or you ain't with us? Because like my nigga Ish said one time, yo, you could be pro-black and date outside your race. You just fell in love with somebody type shit. You know what I mean? I got mixed kids. This shit be like that, right? It ain't derogatory shit towards black women. It's just, oh, this was my life. This is what happened. Ain't nobody putting no white women on no pedestal or nothing like that. It's just love is love type shit. But it's just like, yo, we got to stop putting these people on these black platforms, because they don't deserve to have a voice. I would be like, Joe Buttons would never do this shit. I don't think he would. But like, I would be heartbroken if Joe Buttons had Steven Crowder or Tommy Lauren or some of these people on the platform. Like, yo, this is a platform for us, for our ideas, for us to talk through shit, for our political perspective or our perspective in general. I don't got time for a person that jokes around with racism. You heard like Drewski did the skit, right? And he was like white. He was like dressed like a white dude with the color and shit, like white chicks or whatever, right? He was acting like the white dude that'd be like around black people type shit, right? You got Theo Von saying, "Oh, we bringing out the blackface," and Joe Buttons alluded to like that's why he don't like Theo Von. Yeah, Theo Von has had racist comments. All right, some of y'all might not remember MTV, but they had like Real World and Road Rules type shit. Theo Von was on Road Rules and called a black girl a nigger type shit. So like, yeah, that was mad long ago, but like, I've never been in an argument with another like race and thought to say some racist shit. It's just like, yo, you a bitch. Or I'll call anybody nigga. So I'm like, you a bitch ass nigga like type shit, right? So when Theo Von even talks about doing blackface, it's like, yo, no, blackface is a symbol of how they thought black people really acted. Ho, 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 and all that extra racist shit. So that's what it means when white people do blackface. Drewski, like, there is no such thing as whiteface. The niggas gotta shut the fuck up with stupid shit, right? And then Drewski then did skits as like the token black dude at a white fraternity and shit. It is funny shit. Like, he do skits on everybody. A nigga like Theo Von gotta shut the fuck up, bro. Like, real shit. And I was glad that Joe said that. And that's why I know Joe Buttons would never entertain a Steven Crowder, a Tommy Lauren, some of these conservative niggas. You gotta be careful. Like, when you online enough and like, I don't know what y'all YouTube algorithm look like, but like I said, I be on the forklift. So I'm real familiar with like mad. So I listen to military shit, right? But like, you gotta be, and I listen to a lot of political shit too. You gotta be careful of these niggas that look black like me, but they got conservative views, but they only come at black culture. They never call white people out for anything. It's just like, everything is calling out black people, talking down on black people. Like, you got like people like the Hodge twins or Anton Daniels. Like, these niggas are like coons. They never gonna hold white people accountable for shit. So a lot of these black conservative people, you can say what you want. And I disagree with Joe Buttons fucking with Candace Owens, but I get it. But Candace Owens has had some of the stupidest, like, Candace Owens, one thing was, yo, hip hop was started in prison by gay men. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's kind of coony with shit too. Now, she's trying to get away from that because, truth be told, the front end, when you have racist ideology and conservative ideology, and like some conservative views I fuck with, some Republican views I fuck with, but on the always when you like, it's hard for black people to really be Republican because somewhere it's gonna be racist motherfuckers. Like, when you're a liberal, somewhere it's gonna be a blue-haired white person, extra shit. All right, I get it. Or some transgender motherfucker. All right. But on the opposite right side is always gonna be a racist motherfucker that's just got this white ideology. So you always kind of like, yeah, I fuck with it, but they kind of want black people eliminated from the world. Nah, let me go with these blue-haired niggas, no diddy, right? But it's like, not saying that Charlamagne the God and Marc Lamont Hill are conservative, but they not. But like, yo, in our black spaces, especially like, the content is for us. Joe Buttons make content for niggas like us. We don't need these ideologies. We don't need to hear the other side. Sometimes you don't need to hear the other side, and it's not a sign of maturity to hear the other side when it's ignorant as shit. Because there's certain things in life we all agree on, we don't want to hear the other side. Period. And it's just like it's some black military dudes. Look, I'll never do this. I wrote it down on a piece of paper, but like, it's some black military dudes like Jake Zweig, Zoeg. I can't, it's Zweig. I don't know how to say his last name, but I fuck with his like military podcast shit. Cause he talk about how it is to be a black person in the military, and he was really in the military. You got Johnny Glenn. Johnny Glenn does, I don't know if Johnny Glenn has his own podcast. I didn't find it yet, but he has been on other people's podcasts, and he talk like, he a hardcore military dude, but he's still black. He not like a cooning conservative trying to get white clicks. And you got Nick Irvin, one of the greatest snipers of all time type shit. Like, he be on DJ Vlad a lot, and I don't fuck with DJ Vlad, but when Nick Irvin is on DJ Vlad, he normally is not interviewed by DJ Vlad. So it's like a nice listen. And I listen to Nick Irvin on other podcasts. And these is like black military dudes. Oh shit, fucking bug for my eye. These is like black military dudes that like love America, serve the country, but they give it up. Like, yo, it be bullshit, it be racist shit. Like Zach Zweg, he got a real good episode of how like, yeah, it's a lot of black Navy SEALs, or yeah, it's a lot of black this, but not in position. They might get to like 2 spots high, and then all this other shit, they keep white and they all keep it below the Mason-Dixie line type shit. He broke it down real good. But it's just like, I wish dudes like Charlamagne the God, and yeah, me personally, Charlamagne the God is a fucking lost cause, bro. He running around with Andrew Tate. I mean, not Andrew Tate, fucking Andrew Schultz. So he already coming from a standpoint of like argumentative and shit like that. And I'm into like debating ideas, debating different ideologies. Some of this shit we don't have to stand for as black people, yo. Steven Crowder, when he did a reenactment, like, no, I ain't gonna talk about the reenactment he did with George Floyd, because that was disgusting too. You can find that on YouTube. But it's like, I guess people was lined up. It was mostly black people lined up to get sneakers. And he was like, yeah, we about to get these motherfuckers. Like, he was talking in like that type of voice. And it's just like, yo, Marc Lamont Hill, I never want to see you sharing a space with a bull like him. And I'm not even no Marc Lamont Hill fan like that. Even though he's growing on me and he's a talented dude. And like I said, I fuck with Bull on the articulate shit. I don't fuck with his ideas because, and there's no disrespect to Marc Lamont Hill, but when you learn more about Marc Lamont Hill, like the nigga was in a cult. And like now he still conducts himself like he in a cult. He in a fucking Democratic cult. You're gonna be hard pressed to find Marc Lamont Hill thinking from any other standpoint. Like, let's say you say, yo, I don't want transgender people dancing half naked in front of kindergartners, right? That's like extreme liberal Democrat shit on the extreme side, right? A nigga like Marc Lamont Hill will argue why that's okay. He just in a cult all over again, bro. He just not, whatever cult he was in, he not in that no more. He just a uber crazy Democratic liberal cultist. And like I said, I consider myself liberal, but when shit ain't, like when a nigga Joe Biden was fucking, I was like, yo, this nigga's fucking up. Like, what the fuck did I vote for? This nigga's not cooking at all type shit. But you don't gotta be a slave to a political party, because I know a lot of people that voted for Barack Obama both times, and then they voted for Trump. You could disagree with it or not. They didn't come from a racist place, but as you can see, whether it's dealing with Elon Musk or dealing with other shit, you could say Donald Trump not racist all you want. He do a lot of racist shit. He talk about immigration, but then he bringing South African white people over because they quote unquote getting slaughtered, and they not getting slaughtered at all. Even the shit when he had the South African president up there, he was presenting shit like paperwork and documentation, and it wasn't even from South Africa. And it wasn't even from this year. This was from like 15 years ago. The nigga's a fucking idiot. He's fucking up, right? But just because Donald Trump is fucking up doesn't mean the Democrats just get to throw any piece of fucking shit ass candidate at us. No, we want a valid, good ass candidate. Vote for my nigga Joe Buddens. Even though that nigga be on some bullshit, but the last podcast was cool. But it's just like, this was like a quick video. It's just like, I don't want to see certain platforms and certain like black people that are like in a prominent space even entertain some of these niggas, like these white niggas. Like, nah, Breakfast Club already losing viewership. Like, maybe they think, oh, I'm gonna have Tommy Lauren on there, and then like, no conservative niggas gonna start watching the Breakfast Club. That's not how that fucking works, bro. I said this on another episode. All like, just because, like, let's say you, whoever's watching this, you got a podcast and I got a podcast. Just because we do a joint episode don't mean my fans gonna go to yours and your fans gonna go to mine. That's not how that works. But these niggas do this cross shit and it just don't make fucking sense. You know what I mean? So like, I hope Marc Lamont Hill eventually stays out of those spaces and stop being so culty. But he doing like a good job. I fuck it with him. He just not a nigga that speak for me as of right now. And I don't think he speak for a lot of black men. And like, I don't know what, like, Charlamagne, the guy still running around with Andrew Schultz and shit like that. Like, yo, bro, get away from that shit. But he might not be able to get away with that shit, bro. He might not be able to get away from that shit. He might. I'm not saying he'll go all the way conservative coon, but he's into this arguing ideas. And like I said, I don't think all ideas deserve to be argued with. Ooh, excuse me. I don't think all ideas deserve anybody's time of the day unless you're going to trash it. because we have certain things we agree on as a society. Under no circumstances is that acceptable. Yo, as black people, once people get this conservative, right-wing, racist shit, is not conservative, it's not right-wing. Once it gets those two and racist, yo, we should cut off. No entertainment, no arguing, no debate. You on that side, and it is what it is. If we gotta line it up, we gotta line it up. But you don't get no voice in our spaces at all.